Marcus Fargon here with Season 1 of the Formula Special Drive to Survive, an F1 inspired multi-track die-cast endurance race. This is a recap and highlights of the first season of the Formula Special. In 2021, I thought, why not race Formula 1 Grand Prix cars? I was told it can't be done. Open wheel cars just don't work on open track. The wheels will lock together. Well, I set out to make it happen, and ever since there has been die-cast open wheel racing everywhere. We didn't have these ultra-realistic F1 cars here behind me that are so easy to find now. We had to source cars like the Thunder Streak, Turbo Streak, and 500, castings that were more difficult to find and more costly to acquire. The Indy 500 Oval made things a little easier, a relatively new and solid performing IndyCar. In die-cast racing, weight is key, as long as your wheels and axles can handle it. Weight not only translates to extra speed down the track, but also stability to stay on the track and hold your line, even when hit or obstacles are in the way. It was so difficult to load any of these cars with weights, so I put no weight limits in the rules. This is the pinnacle of motorsports, after all. This is Formula One racing.
Developing a car, extracting everything from it, such a key facet of the sport.
Let's follow the brave drivers and their teams who took the challenge and competed in this first season. Even those who finished last should hold their heads high, for they were pioneers in the sport of 1/64 scale die-cast open wheel racing. And a special thanks to those track hosts who shared my vision: Barry Porter of Shredder Speedway and Mark Egerton of MnM Diecast Racing. As you can see, I had to throw my own track, Snow Valley East, together quickly so that I could kick off this event and demonstrate my vision. I didn't want to do the standard 4-car rotation tournament style so commonly used. I wanted this to be as Formula One racing realistic as possible. Hence the multi-lap grid 6 formation style that I developed and explained here, Season 1 of the Formula Special, starting in my very own Snow Valley. It's 2021 Season 1. We start off with a Canadian event, the Grand Prix of Ontario at Snow Valley East. Then we are off to the United States for the Grand Prix of Illinois at Shredder Speedway. The final stop is the Grand Prix of South Dakota at Black Hills Speedway. Grand Prix of Ontario, July. Grand Prix of Illinois, August. Grand Prix of South Dakota in September. Follow us on these YouTube channels: Marcus Fargon, Shredder Speedway, and MnM Diecast Racing. Trackside, Snow Valley East. It's your host, Marcus Fargon. First up is the Crazy Canuck from the A team. We're only showing one out of the 2 runs. This is his second run with his best time of 6.459 seconds. You may need to pause the playback to see the qualifying 1 and qualifying 2 times, as well as their best time during testing. The Crazy Canuck is first on the qualifying board with 6.459 seconds. Next up is Jellybean for NRB Diecast. Jelly Bean is now first with 6.159 seconds. Next up is Miss Emily for Road Rage Racing, setting a top speed of 377 miles per hour. Miss Emily goes to the top with a track record time of 6.052 seconds. That is the time to beat. Now it's Snake for our very own Snow Valley Diecast Racers, qualifying fourth with 6.481 seconds. Now it's Ava Lynn Payne for KCLH Racing. Qualifies third with 6.267 seconds. In the interest of time, I'm not going to show all the qualifying runs. Catch the full race videos for all tracks in the playlist. The link is included in the description below. Goggles Bazzano of Variant Skunkworks, 6.610 seconds. Including Goggles Bazzano, there are 4 Canadian drivers and respective teams represented in the Formula Special. With Damn Fast Racing. Qualifies fourth with 6.331 seconds. Igor Barron of Eyes Up Racing, 7.83 seconds. Next up is Glenn Harding with We Race Diecast. Glenn qualified fourth with 6.289 seconds. Gus BR, 6.503 seconds. Cole Williams, 7.232 seconds. Jimmy Tonto, 6.567 seconds. Next up is Arlo for Arlo Racing. Arlo qualifies third with 6.160 seconds. Chief of Code 3 Motorsports, 6.610 seconds. Code 3 Motorsports gets position 11 based on both qualifying times. Next up is John Samuel from MnM Racing League. John qualifies second with a time of 6.138 seconds. Next up is Wesley with Peanut Butter Peak Racing. Wesley ties with 6.138 seconds. The tiebreaker is based on both their qualifying times. So Peanut Butter Peak Racing qualifies third. Blake of Underdogs Unleashed sets a time of 6.632 seconds and is the only one that has the GP 2009 casting. And the Bandit places ninth with 6.418 seconds. Bo, the Bandit Darville, is a last-minute entry into this year's Formula Special. So here's the starting grid for tomorrow's race. There's just 0.4 of a second difference between first and 10th. It's a very tight group. Miss Emily Road Rage has the pole position. This is the lead pack, positions 1 to position 6. In pole position, we have Miss Emily for Road Rage Racing with that spectacular time of 6.052 seconds in qualifying. Let's see if that record gets broken today. In position 2, John Samuel of MnM Racing League. In position 3, Wesley of Peanut Butter Peak Racing. In position 4, Jelly Bean for NRV Diecast Racing. And also the heaviest car on the track at 61.26 grams. In position 5, Arlo for Arlo Racing. And position 6 is Ava Lynn Payne for KCLH Racing. That sums up our lead pack. They'll be the first ones to go down the track. Glenn Harding of We Race Diecast leads off the second pack. In 8th spot, we have Motor Breath from Damn Fast Racing. In 9th, we have the Bandit for Race. In 10th, we have the Crazy Canuck for the A-Team. In 11th, we have our very own Snow Valley Racers with Snake. In 12th, we have Gus BR for Down Squad Racing. Leading off the last pack is Jimmy Tanto of Uncle Elvis Racing. And in 14th, we have Chief of Code 3 Motorsports, and also the lightest weight car at 29.28 grams. Then in 15th, we have Goggles Pisano of Variant Skunk Works. In 16th, it's Blake from Underdogs Unleashed, here with his backup car after that horrific crash just a few weeks ago. In 17th, Cole Williams from Gen X Vintage Racing. And in 18th spot, we have Igor Barron from Eyes Up Racing. Cars from the second pack and last pack can move up to the lead pack if they can stay on the track, and cars from the lead lap DNF. Cars that DNF out of the lead pack and the second pack will be moved back to the last pack. Cars that finish the race score 25 points for first, 18 for second, 15 for third, 12 for fourth, 10 for fifth, 8 for sixth, 6 for seventh, 4 for eighth, 2 for ninth, and 1 point for 10th. There's no points for DNFing or coming in after 10th. You get an extra 2 points for getting pole position, and an extra bonus point for the fastest lap if you also finish in the top 10. It was an honor to have the Canadian Snowbirds kick off this event. Drivers will complete 5 laps to win. Start your engines! John Samuel of MnM Racing comes in first. Jellybean of NRV Diecast second. Ava Lynn Payne of KCLH Racing third. Current lap record is 6.331 seconds. Wesley of Peanut Butter Peak Racing crashed. Oh no, looks like our pole leader, Miss Emily of Road Rage Racing, spun out and stopped Arlo of Arlo Racing in his tracks. Glenn Harding of We Race Diecast, 4th. Crazy Canuck, the A-Team, 5th. Gus BR from Down Squad Racing, 6th. And Snake from Snow Valley Racers, 7th. Looks like Motor Breath of Damn Fast Racing crashed. And the Bandit of Race spun out. Chief of Code 3 Motorsports, 8th. Blake of UU, 9th. Igor Barron of Eyes Up Racing, 10th. And Goggles Pisano of Variant Skunk Works, 11th. Jimmy Tanto of Uncle Elvis Racing crashed. And Cole Williams of Gen X Vintage spun out. So now there's 3 cars left in the lead pack, 4 cars in the second pack, and 4 cars in the last pack. Now we move cars forward to fill in the gaps. So 3 cars from the second pack move forward to the lead pack, and all 4 cars from the last pack move forward to the second pack, now leaving the last pack empty. Now we take the first car that spun out and add it to the open spot in the second pack, and we take the other 3 cars that spun out and add them to the last pack. Then there's 3 cars that crashed, and they're added to the last pack. Cars are added in the order in which they DNF'd. So here's the new order from position 1 to position 18. The cars marked with green are the ones that have moved up positions. Blue means they've moved down positions. Orange indicates that they crashed this lap, and cars are marked with an X that crash. If they crash a second time during this event, they'll be removed from the race. Here we go for the second lap. Jellybean of NRV Diecast first, Glenn Harding of We Race Diecast second, Gus BR of Down Squad Racing third, Ava Lynn Payne of KCLH Racing fourth. Our current race leader, John Samuel of the MnM Racing League, crashed, and the Crazy Canuck of the A-Team spun out. In cases like John Samuel, track hosts providing a cushioned subfloor became paramount, so that cars that crash don't get damaged. These open-wheel cars are very vulnerable. Snake of Snow Valley Racers 5th, Chief of Code 3 Motorsports 6th, Blake of UU 7th, Goggles Pisano of Variant Skunkworks 8th, Miss Emily of Road Rage 9th, Igor Barron of Eyes Up Racing 10th. Arlo just took out Glenn Harding's sign. Arlo of Arlo Racing 11th, Bandit of Race 12th, Leslie of Peanut Butter Peak Racing 13th, Jimmy Tonto of Uncle Elvis Racing 14th, Cole Williams of Gen X Vintage Racing 15th, Motor Breath of Damn Fast Racing 16th. So we have 4 cars that finished in the lead pack. All 6 cars finished in the second pack. And all 6 cars finished in the last pack. So we moved 2 cars forward from the second pack to the lead pack, and 2 cars forward from the last pack to the second pack, leaving 2 open spots in the last pack. First, we add the car that spun out to the last pack, and then we add the car that crashed to the last pack. So now the cars are all lined up and ready to go for the third lap. Cars that have gone up positions this lap are indicated in green. Cars that have stayed in the same position are gray. Cars that have gone down positions are in blue, and cars that crashed this lap are indicated in orange. Any car that has crashed during this event is marked with an X. If a car crashes a second time, it'll be removed from the race. Here we go for lap 3. Jellybean of NRV Diecast first, Snake of Snow Valley Racers second, Glenn Harding of We Race Diecast third, and Jellybean set a new lap record of 6.309 for this race. We have 2 spinouts. Ava Lynn Payne of KCHL Racing and Chief of Code 3 Motorsports. And reports of a severe crash. It's Gus Brown in Down Squad Racing. Let's check in with Down Squad Racing again at the end of the lap and see how Gus BR is doing. Arlo likes to take out those signs at the finish line. Blake spins it around and takes it in reverse through the last corner and across the line. Arlo tries to take 6th as they're 3 wide going across the finish line, but Arlo gets taken out on the finish gate. It's Blake of UU in 4th, Miss Emily for Road Rage in 5th, Goggles Pisano for Variant Skunkworks in 6th, Igor Barron for Eyes Up Racing in 7th, Arlo for Arlo Racing in 8th, and the Bandit for Race in 9th. Jimmy Tanto for Uncle Elvis Racing in 10th, Motor Breath for Damn Fast Racing in 11th, John Samuel for MnM Racing in 12th. The Crazy Canuck of the A-Team got held up behind Cole Williams of Gen X Vintage Racing. We've had a serious crash. That's Wesley of Peanut Butter Peak Racing, upside down near the finish line. The ambulance is there now. This is his 2nd crash and he's going to be out of the race. We have 3 cars in the lead pack. All 6 cars in the second pack. And 3 cars in the last pack. We got 4 cars that spun out and 2 cars that crashed. We moved 3 cars up from the second pack to the lead pack. And we moved 3 cars from the last pack to the second pack. Now the last pack is empty. Now we move over the spun out cars. Now we add the cars that spun out in the order in which they spun out to the back of the pack. So they'll be in the last pack. And we add the 1 car that crashed for the first time to the very end. And the other car is eliminated from the race because it crashed twice. Looks like Gus BR is okay, and we're ready for the 4th lap. Here's the current standings. Cars indicated in light gray are the ones that didn't change position over the last lap. Green means they've moved up in position, blue means they've moved down in position, and black means they've been eliminated from the race because they've crashed multiple times. And lap 4 is underway. Looks like a little bit of road rage just past the finish line. Jelly Bean of NRB Diecast Racing in 1st. Glenn Harding, We Race Diecast in 2nd. Miss Emily of Road Rage Racing in 3rd. Snake, Snow Valley Racers in 4th. Blake of UU in 5th. Goggles Pisano from Variant Skunkworks in 6th. And Jelly Bean sets a new lap record of 6.223 seconds. Bandit of Race in 7th, Jimmy Tanto of Uncle Elvis Racing in 8th, Motor Breath of Damn Fast Racing in 9th, and John Samuel of MnM Racing League. Did he cross that line or did he stop short? We'll find out. It's official. John Samuel did cross the finish line, so he's 10th. Arlo of Arlo Racing has crashed. What happened to Igor Barron? Let's go back to the race footage and see what we can find out. Right here, you can see that Igor went off track. Arlo is leading, and you can just make out the other car on the track below. Right here, he collides with the car. The rest of the pack pushes Igor right off the track right here. We've located Igor's car. We just need to get the ambulance down from Arlo's crash. It's just Chief of Code 3 Motorsports in 11th and the Crazy Canuck from the A-Team in 12th. Ava Lynn Payne of KCLH Racing and Cole Williams of Gen X Vintage Racing both spun out, blocking Gus BR from Down Squad Racing from finishing. All 6 cars finished in the lead pack. 4 cars finished in the second pack, and just 2 cars finished in the last pack. So no change to the lead pack. And the 2 cars from the last pack move forward to the second pack. So now the last pack is empty. Now we move the 3 cars that spun out to the last pack, plus we move the 2 crashed cars in behind them in the last pack. So here's the car lineup for the final lap. So here's the summary. The gray cars have not changed position during the last lap. Cars in green have moved up. Cars in blue have moved down. Cars in orange have had a crash during the previous lap. Black cars have been eliminated from the race because they've had 2 crashes. Here we go for the final lap. Only the top 10 finishers receive points, so this is the last chance to move up. First is Jelly Bean of MnM Diecast Racing. Second, Miss Emily of Road Rage Racing. Third, Glenn Harding of E-Race Diecast. Fourth, Snake of Snow Valley Racers. Fifth, Blake of Underdogs Unleashed. Sixth, Goggles Pisano of Variant Skunksworks. Jimmy Tanto of Uncle Elvis Racing, 7th. Crazy Canuck of the 8th. Bandit of Race, 9th. That's 2 strikes for John Samuel of MnM Racing League. That's his second crash, just short of the finish line. It was unfortunate to eliminate one of the track host's own cars at our event. Motor Breath of Damn Fast Racing just hung on to count as a DNF instead of a crash. And Chief of Code 3 Motorsports ran out of gas on the final lap. Ava Lynn Payne sliding sideways and bouncing across the finish line. Ava Lynn Payne of KCLH Racing, 10th. Gus BR at Down Squad Racing, 11th. Cole Williams of Gen X Vintage Racing, 12th. Arlo at Arlo Racing, 13th. Igor Barron of Eyes Up Racing, 14th. And here's the final standings. NRV Diecast won. Road Rage Racing came in second. Glenn Harding with We Race Diecast came in third. Snake came in fourth. Blake came in fifth. Variant Skunkworks, sixth. Uncle Elvis Racing, seventh. The Crazy Canuck with the A-Team, eighth. Bandit came in ninth. And KCLH Racing came in 10th. And here's how the points tally up. NRV Diecast gets 25 points for the win, plus 1 for the fastest lap. Road Rage Racing gets 18 points for second, plus 2 for pole position. Glenn Harding gets 15 points for third. Although 16 cars crossed the finish line, just like in real Formula One racing, only the top 10 cars receive points. These points will accumulate at each of the 3 tracks until we have a winner at the end of the season. Jellybean's driving one of the few 500 castings, whereas Miss Emily and Glenn Harding are running the Indy 500 oval casting. Okay, and here's what's cool about Grid 6 formation. We started off qualifying Miss Emily in first, Jellybean fourth, Glenn Harding seventh. That's the front of the second pack. Then, in the first lap, it resulted in a spin out for Miss Emily, so she moved down to 12th. That's the back of pack 2. Jellybean moved up to second. Glenn Harding moved up to 4th. At the end of the second lap, Miss Emily worked her way up from 12th to 9th. Jellybean up to 1st, and Glenn Harding up to 2nd. At the completion of the third lap, Miss Emily worked her way up from 9th to 5th. Jellybean maintained 1st. Snake overtakes Glenn Harding, putting Glenn Harding down to 3rd. The end of the fourth lap, Miss Emily worked her way up from 5th to 3rd. Jellybean still in 1st, and Glenn Harding back to 2nd. Then the final lap, the finishing positions. Miss Emily finishes in 2nd, moving up from 3rd. Jellybean stays in 1st, and Glenn Harding, being passed by Miss Emily, moves down to 3rd. The Formula Diecast Racing League. Welcome to Formula Specials Grand Prix of Illinois. Today is the qualifying sessions. This video content is the property of the host channel, so I'm not going to show it all here. You can reach them on the playlist for Formula Special. So don't forget to like and follow these other channels as well.
Here we go, time trials of the Formula Special cross-country Formula One race. Going from Marcus Firegon at Snow Valley East. It's now here in the second leg at Shredder Speedway. We're going to do our time trials and get these races underway. So no further ado, let's start these time trials out. We're starting out with number 18, MnM Racing. Mr. John Samuel is up for his first time trial. Let's see what he's got. Ready, sit, go. Not looking too bad. He's running along there pretty good. We got a 5.838. Not a bad time. Here we go, lap 2, John Samuel, MnM Racing. See what kind of time he gets this time. Here we go. Ready? Go. Running pretty smooth. That's not a bad run. 5.967. Go. Running along pretty good. 6.246. Too bad, not too bad. 6.739. There he's going to make it around with a 6.417. Here we go, time trials number 1 for Arlo Racing with driver Arlo himself, car number 69. Let's see what he can get with 2 laps of time trials. Ready? Go. Oh, he has got much faster. Look out, Arlo. Woo! That's a 5.774. Nice run. And round 2, Arlo Racing. Arlo driving, car number 69. Time trial number 2. Ready? Go. He is moving. Not bad at all, not bad at all. 5.945. Evelyn Payne. See what she's got this time. Ready? Go. She is pretty quick. Spins it around backwards. Still brings it in. The 6.395. Go. Here it comes. Nice run again. 6.030. Crazy Canuck. Let's go. There's a good run. He's going to make it in good. There's a better time. 6.310. Time trial 2. Ready? Go. Nice run. Good straight. Ooh, a little sideways around the big corner. And he gets a 6.503 second. All right, let's try him again here. 3rd time down for a time trial. Let's see if he can get her down the track. UU Racing, driver Blake. Let's go.
UU has really been struggling with their budget this season. They're given a 3rd shot at qualifying after 2 DNFs.
Out of gas.
So unfortunate for Blake and the UU team, they did not qualify for this race.
Don't make it. Here we go, Snow Valley Racing with driver Snake. Time trial 1. Ready? Go. Oh, there's a much faster time. Look at him rolling there that way. Woo! 5.902. Snow Valley Racing, round 2. Ready? Go. He's got some good times on him so far. And here he comes with another good time. Oh, a 5.902.
Proud of my son here with a sub 6 second time. Our home track star.
Ready? Go. And he's got another big run, big whip around that corner again with a 6.331. Next up, Miss Emily with Road Rage Racing. Let's see what she's got. Time trial 1. Ready? Go.
Let's see what Miss Emily can do here. Qualified per pole position at the last race and finished 2nd.
Nice run, 5.924.
A sub 6 second time.
Miss Emily, Road Rage Racing. Ready? Go. Good girl, but look at that big run. 5.881. And last but not least, Commotion Diecast with Biff Kirby driving that. Number 13, green F1. He looks like he's gonna do some good times here. Let's see what he's got. Ready? Go.
After replacing Jelly Bean, the winner of last race, let's see how Biff Kirby handles this car. Oh no, that was less than spectacular. I heard that he had no practice time in this car, so let's give him a chance here.
2nd time trial run. Let's see what he's got. Ready? Go. He's running quick. He's a heavy car. Keeps it straight this time. Brings it in with a 6.2 332.
Well, really underperformed there for Commotion Diecast with a pole position in 13th.
In a last-minute repair in the 3XB Custom shop, UU Racing has discovered they have had a fender rub on their left rear wheel. They managed to get that repaired, and we're going to give them a second chance at successful time trials here. So let's see what he's got. We got UU Racing with driver Blake. Test. Trial run 1. Ready? Go. Oh, spins around, holds it together.
Blake's pulled off a finish at least for UU, so they qualify for the race event.
Here we go, one last chance for UU Racing. Can you get a second time trial in here? Let's see what he's got. Ready, go. Running fast. There's a good run. There he comes in. Nice run. Oh, that's a really nice run. A 5.923. Much better.
Holy smokes. A sub 6 second time for UU Racing. That puts UU in the lead group.
Take care, enjoy. We'll see you all soon when the races start.
So here's the starting grid for tomorrow's race. Arlo of Arlo Racing gets pole position.
Less than 0.5 of a second between 1st and 10th.
And here's our qualifying results from yesterday. From 1st position to 18th. In the lead pack, we have Arlo in pole position, followed by John Samuel, Miss Emily, Snake, Blake, and the Bandit. In the second pack, we got Jimmy Tonto, Glenn Harding, Ava Lynn Payne, Wesley, the Crazy Canuck, and Biff Kirby. And in the last pack, we have Motor Breath, Goggles Pisano, Chief, Gus BR, Cole Williams, and Igor Barron. With this grid formation tournament, all 3 packs complete lap 1. Any cars that do not finish get moved to the last pack for the next lap. That allows cars in the second pack and last pack to move up towards the lead pack. We complete 5 laps. At the end of the 5th lap, we award the points.
Not to be outdone, Shredder Speedway's got the Blue Angels performing.
Drivers will complete 5 laps to win. Start your engines.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have lap 1 of the Formula Special here live at Shredder Speedway. We are in the second leg of this race after Marcus Firegon has done his first race series in Canada at the Snow Valley East. So here we go. Here's our first pack of drivers, our lineup for this first pack. In pole position, starting out, we have Arlo Racing with driver Arlo. Next to him in second position is MnM Racing, John Samuel. And in third position in the pink car is Road Rage Racing with Miss Emily. Fourth position is Snow Valley Racing with driver Snake. UU Racing is in the 5th position with driver Blake. And Team Race in that 6th position with driver Bo Bandit Darvel. Let's get this first lap down, see what they got. Ready, set, go. They're off. They're rolling through. They're all gonna come rolling in there. Woohoo!
Snake gets squeezed out by Blake, almost goes off track, spins it around, brings it home in reverse. Miss Emily moves up to second and makes a play on Arlo for first. Arlo sets the current lap record of 5.817 seconds.
I'm skipping packs 2 and 3 on each lap. I'm just following pack 1, but catch all the action at Shredder Speedway.
It's Arlo in first with 5.817 seconds. Second, Miss Emily. Third, John Samuel. Fourth, Blake. Fifth, Snake. And sixth, Bo Bandit. In seventh, with a time of 6.439 seconds, is Ava Lynn Payne. 8th, Uncle Elvis. 9th, The Crazy Canuck. 10th, Glenn Harding. 11th, Biff Kirby. And Wesley did not finish. It's Goggles Pisano, 12th, with 6.695 seconds. Motor Breath in 13th. Gus BR in 14th. Chief in 15th. Cole Williams and Igor Barron did not finish. Cars in green have moved up positions. Cars in blue have moved down positions. Arlo Racing still in the lead. Road Rage moved up 1 spot. MnM Racing moved down 1. UU's moved up 1. Snow Valley Racers have moved down 1. Bandit keeps the same position. KCLH Racing has moved up 2 spots. Uncle Elvis Racing has moved down 1. The A-Team's moved up 2 spots. Glenn Harding's moved down 2. Commotion Diecast has moved up 1. Variant Skunkworks has moved up 2. Damn Fast Racing stays at 13th. Down Squad Racing's moved up 2 spots. Code 3 Motorsports stays the same. And Peanut Butter Peak Racing has moved down 6 spots because of that spin out. And even though they spun out, Gen X Vintage Racing and Eyes Up Racing are still at the back of the pack in positions 17 and 18.
And here we go, folks. Lap 2. This is Group 1 racing in their lap 2, or second lap. Arlo Racing on the inside pole position. Road Rage Racing next to him. MnM Racing in 3rd position. UU Blake in the 4th position. Snow Valley Racing with Snake in the 5th position. And in final position there is Race Bandit Darville. Go. And look at him roll in. Whoo, that is going to be a tough one to call right there.
Snake moves up from 5th to 3rd, while Miss Emily drops back from 2nd to 5th, while John Samuel challenges Arlo for 1st. A fairly clean run, with Arlo in 1st with 6.095 seconds. John Samuel 2nd, Snake 3rd, Blake 4th, Miss Emily 5th, and the Bandit 6th. In 7th, Ava Lynn Payne with 5.881 seconds. 8th, The Crazy Canuck. 9th, Biff Kirby. 10th, Jimmy Tanto. 11th, Glenn Harding. And Goggles Pisano spun out. 12th is Motor Breath with 6.825 seconds. 13th, Gus BR. 14th, Wesley. 15th, Cole Williams. 16th, Chief. And 17th, Igor Barron. And here's the standings after the second lap, with Google's Pisano spinning out and dropping 6 spots. This will be the new order for the 3rd lap. Here we go for lap 3.
Lap 3 of Group 1. Here we go. In this order, Arlo Racing, MnM Racing in 2nd position. Snow Valley Racing with Snake in the 3rd position. UU with driver Blake in the 4th position. Road Rage Racing with Miss Emily. And Race with Bandit Darville. Lap 3 of Pack 1. Ready? Go. And here they come. Uh-oh, we got a couple of them in, and it looks like a big pile up over here in the corner. Looks like we've got at least one car halfway off the track. We'll take a look at them.
Miss Emily makes contact with John Samuel going into the final turn. Results in a massive spin out for John, Miss Emily, Blake, and Bandit. The only ones to cross the line is Arlo in first with 6.010 seconds, and Snake in second. Miss Emily, John Samuel, Bandit, and Blake all spin out. Evelyn Payne in third with 5.881 seconds. Fourth is Biff Kirby. Fifth, Glenn Harding. Sixth, the Crazy Canuck. Seventh, Motor Breath. And eighth, Jimmy Tanto. Ninth is Gus BR with 5.923 seconds. 10th is Wesley. 11th is Cole Williams. Chief, Igor Barron, and Goggles Pizzano all spin out. Here's the movers and shakers from the third lap. A lot of cars moved up, with 4 cars from the lead pack spinning out and dropping to the back. Arlo still in the lead after 3 laps. Is he going to be able to take this from start to finish? And lap 4 is underway.
And here we are. Lap 4 of pack 1. We have Arlo Racing, pole position. Snow Valley Racing, Snake in position 2. KCLH Racing with Evelyn Payne in that third position. Commotion Diecast, Biff Kirby in fourth. We Race Diecast, Glenn Harding, and the A-Team Crazy Canuck in sixth. And this first run. Ready, set, go. Here they come. Look at that. Nice run.
Smooth sailing so far on this run. So far this event, we haven't had a crash. Glenn Harding just beats out Biff Kirby at the finish line. First is Arlo with 5.881 seconds. Second is Evelyn Payne. Third, Snake. Fourth, Glenn Harding. Fifth, Biff Kirby. Sixth, the Crazy Canuck. Motor Breath comes in seventh with 6.310 seconds. Eighth is Jimmy Tonto. Ninth is Gus BR. 10th is Miss Emily. Cole Williams spins out. And Wesley is our first crash of the day. 11th at 6.180 seconds is John Samuel. 12th is Blake. 13th, Chief. 14th, Bandit. 15th, Igor Barron. And Goggles Pizzano spun out. Here's the standings for the final lap, lap 5. The top 6 cars all have a chance of winning. Wesley of Peanut Butter Peak Racing crashed, down 8 spots now with an X. If he crashes again, he'll be removed from the race. Here we go for the final lap. Only the top 10 finishers receive points, so this is the last chance to move up.
And here we go. Our last lap of this Formula One special series. This is lap 5, pack 1. We have pole position, Arlo Racing. Next to him, KCLH Racing, Evelyn Payne. Snow Valley Racing, Snake in third place. We Race Diecast, Glenn Harding in fourth. Commotion Diecast, Biff Kirby in fifth. And the A-Team Crazy Canuck in sixth. This ought to be a race of some champion racers out there. Let's see what they got. Ready? Go. Oh, look at that pass. Oh, and 5, 8, 6. Yeah.
Arlo takes it from pole to finish for the win. It sets a new lap record of 5.816 seconds. Snake is second. Biff Kirby, winner of the Grand Prix of Ontario, passes Glenn Harding and Ava Lynn Payne right at the finish line for third. It's Arlo in first, Snake in second, Biff Kirby third, Ava Lynn Payne fourth, Glenn Harding fifth, and the Crazy Canuck didn't make it to the finish line. That's a tough blow for the A-team.
Oh, wow, what a pile up at the end. Yeah, they've come, they're gonna roll in.
12th is Bandit with 6.439 seconds. 13th is Goggles Pisano. And then Chief, Igor Barron, Cole Williams, and Wesley did not finish. We'll see you next time. From Shredder Speedway, I'm Triple B, and we thank you all for this Formula One special racing. We'll see you next time. Later, guys. And here's the final standings for this race event. Arlo Racing gets 25 points for the win, 2 points for pole position, and 1 bonus point for the fastest lap. Snow Valley Racers get 18 points. Commotion Diecast, 15 points. KCLH Racing, 12 points. Glenn Harding, 10 points. Motor Breath for Damn Fast Racing, 8 points. Down Squad Racing, 6 points. Jimmy Tonto of Uncle Elvis Racing, 4 points. Road Rage, 2 points. And John Samuel of MnM Racing League gets 1 point. And the combined points from both Formula Special race events. Commotion Diecast has 41 points. Snow Valley Racers 30, Arlo Racing 28, We Race Diecast 25, Road Rage Racing 22, KCLH Racing 13, UU 10 points, Uncle Elvis Racing 10 points, Variant Skunkworks 8 points, Damn Fast Racing 8 points, Down Squad Racing 6 points, the A-Team 4 points, Race, 2 points, and MnM Racing League, 1 point.
Hello and welcome to a great day of racing. This is qualification for the final round of the Formula One series. It first started at Snow Valley East, went to Shredder Speedway, and now we're here at Black Hills Speedway.
Check out the original video in the playlist. I'm not including all the qualifying runs here.
At Snow Valley East, he qualified third, finished 17th after 2 wrecks that took him out of the race. And at Shredder Speedway, qualified 10th, finished 18th. Not a great performance so far for Wesley, but looking good. Crosses the line with a time of 10.363. And then the second run. And again, that outside lane is a bit slower. But can you find the speed on the outside? It is up to you. Wesley looking pretty good. And again, across the finish line with a slower time, but still sub 11 seconds. And Wesley will hold the pole currently with 17 more drivers to go. Let's see how long he can hold it. Up next, we will have Cole Williams with a car that weighs 29.66 grams. At Snow Valley East, he qualified 17, had a decent finish at 12th position. At Shredder Speedway, not a good run, qualified at 17th, and finished at 17th with 0 points. And so far, not looking very good for Cole Williams. crosses the finish line with a slow time of 14.472, and it looks like he will opt out and only complete the first lap. Up next, we will have Igor Barron, weighing in at 29.74 grams at Snow Valley East. He qualified at 18th, finished in 14th. At Shredder Speedway, qualified at 18th, finished 16th. Another driver with 0 points. Looked pretty slow into the open track, losing a lot of momentum, and he is stalling. Can he cross the finish line? No, he cannot. It did not qualify. Sticker on him. Up next, we will have Chief from Code 3 Motorsports. He comes in weighing in at 29.28 grams. Had a bad qualification at Snow Valley East. Qualified 14th, finished 16th. And at Shredder Speedway, qualified 15th, finished 15th. Another driver with 0 points. Needs a good qualifying run here. First run at 11.873 seconds. He will fall into second position at 11.873 seconds. And up next, we have John Samuel from MnM Diecast Racing. This is his home track. You should see him do well. At Snow Valley East, he qualified at second position. Had a bad race, who wrecked out and finished at 18th position, but does have a good time, with Wesley still holding on to the pole position. And up next, we have the Bandit driving for the race team, weighing in at 29.50 grams. At Snow Valley East, he qualified 9th, finished 9th, gaining 2 points. And at Shredder Speedway, qualified 6th and finished 10th. He's got 2 points under his belt, on third position currently. And up next, we got the Crazy Canuck driving for the A team at Snow Valley East. Qualified at 14th, finished 8th. And at Shredder Speedway, qualified 11th, finished 14th. He needs a good show. Falls into third spot, just above the Bandit. Up next, we got Gus BR at Snow Valley East. Qualified at 12th, finished 11th. Also weighing in at 29.46. At Shredder Speedway, qualified 16th, finished 7th. A great run for him at Shredder Speedway. And looking pretty good here so far. And with a 10.430, falls into third position. That was a great run for Gus. Up next, we have Motor Breath for Damn Fast Racing. Weighing in at 42.48 grams, 10 grams, 12 grams heavier. At Snow Valley East, he qualified 9th, finished 15th. At Shredder Speedway, qualified 13th, finished 6th. Currently holds 8 points in 10th position. With a decent run at 11.232, will fall into 6th position at 11.32 with his best time. Then we have Goggles Piazzano for Variant Skunt Works, weighing in at 39.53 grams. At Snow Valley East, qualified 15th, finished 6th. And at Shredder Speedway, qualified 14th, finished 13th. He's one of the drivers who are not in the championship contention. He will fall into 8th position, currently with a 12.002. Now we have Jimmy Tonto, qualified 13th at Snow Valley East, finished 7th. And at Shredder Speedway, had a good qualification run of 7th, finished in 8th. Got some much needed points, and he's one of the drivers who are in contention of the championship. He's going to be looking for all the other drivers to have a bad day in order for him to have a chance. Gets a little loose there at the finish line with a time of 11.201. Up next, we got Blake from Underdogs Unleashed. He's got the heaviest car of this tournament, weighing in at 56.26 grams. Qualified 16th at Snow Valley East, finished 5th position. And at Shredder Speedway, qualified great at 5th, but had a bad showing, finishing 11th. And he's going pretty fast, going through the straightaway. Gets loose up the finish line, loses a lot of speed, comes in with 11.104. Can he beat his time? Needs a clean run on the second try. Can he keep it clean to the finish line? He does. And he does improve his time by a little bit. Falls into 6th position, right above Jimmy Tanto. Then we have Avalyn Payne, weighing in at 34.5 grams. Qualified 6th at Snow Valley East, finished 10th at Schroeder Speedway, qualified 9th, finished 4th. She's got 13 overall points, holding the 6th position, looking really fast with a good time of 10.687. She will fall into 4th position. And up next, we got Miss Emily from Road Rage Racing at Snow Valley East. She qualified at 1st position, finished 2nd, and at Schroeder Speedway, qualified 3rd. Had a frustrating race, finished 9th, not gaining a lot of points. She holds 22 points and is in 5th position currently. Looking pretty fast with the open track. Going to the finish line, and she's got a 10.109. That is the current pole position. That is pretty good for Miss Emily. And she completes her second lap at 10.366. Holding the pole position, that is a 2 bonus points for the pole sitter. If she can hold it, that will be 2 points that she needs for sure. Up next, we got Glenn Harding, re-raced diecast, weighing in at 29.64 grams, qualified 7th, finished 3rd at Snow Valley East and at Schroeder Speedway, qualified 8th, finished 5th, has 25 points, and is in 4th position currently. Looking pretty good. Crossing the finish line with a 10.912, right above the Bandit. And up next, we got Arlo from Arlo Racing. An impressive run last time at Schroeder Speedway. Qualified 1st, finished 1st. And at the first track at Snow Valley East, qualified 5th, finished 13th. So he lost out on points on the first set of races at Snow Valley East, but we'll run into a great time of 10.302 on the outside lane. Arlo looking pretty good. And looking fast, and ties his first time with the same exact time of 10.302, and that is good enough for 2nd position. And we have Snake from Snow Valley East. We started out at the Grand Prix of Ontario in Canada, and they went to the Grand Prix of Illinois. And Snake, who finished 4th at the Grand Prix of Ontario, had some great points and finished 2nd at Schroeder Speedway after qualifying 4th with a 10.625. Now we have Biff Kirby from Commotion Diecast with, this is actually the heaviest car, at 61.26 grams. Qualified 4th, finished 1st at Snow Valley East and at Schroeder Speedway. Qualified 12th, finished 3rd. He needs a good run here. He's your points leader with 41 points. Losing a lot of speed, and he's not going to post a good time with a 12.424. He has some work to do, and he is crawling out of the gate. He needs to find that speed if he needs to qualify in the top 10, and he does not. He is not doing very good, and that will put him at 16th position. That is a shocker for Biff Kirby. Now, Miss Emily will receive the 2 bonus points for winning the pole position. In 2nd, we have Arlo from Arlo Racing, Wesley from Peanut Butter Peak Racing, John Samuel from MnM Diecast Racing, Gus B.R. from Down Squad Racing, Snake from Snow Valley Racers.
And less than 9/10 of a second separates 1st from 10th.
And this is your lineup for tomorrow. Good looking cars, great set of fans. We expect to have a full house tomorrow. Be sure to tune in at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. This is your grand finals at the Grand Prix of South Dakota. You do not want to miss this. Definitely some shocking news from MnM Diecast with a poor qualifying run. We've seen him come back from the back. Can he do it again? Igor Barron from Eyes Up Racing has a lot of work to do. With transmission problems, they have a long night ahead of them. Again, thank you for joining us today on this great qualifying session. We will see you guys tomorrow.
It's race day, and Mark managed to outdo both myself and Shredder Speedway on his opening ceremony. Check out his full video in the playlist.
Hello and welcome to the Black Hill Speedway for the Grand Prix of South Dakota. The grand finale. So much at stake today for these race drivers. It is going to be an exciting day for all of us here at the Speedway and for all those you watching at home. These are your current standings after the Grand Prix of Ontario and the Grand Prix of Illinois. And first we have Biff Kirby from MnM Diecast starting at 16th with 41 points. Snake from Snow Valley Racers starting at 6th with 30 points. Arlo from Arlo Racing starting in 2nd position with 28 points. Glenn Harding from We Race Diecast starting at 9th with 25 points. Miss Emily from Road Rage Racing starting on pole with 22 points. Avalyn Payne from KCLH Racing starting at 7th with 13 points. Blake from Underdogs Unleashed starting at 11th with 10 points. Jimmy Tonto from Uncle Elvis Racing starting on 12th with 10 points. Goggles Piazzano from Variant Scottworks starts at 15th with 8 points. Motor Breath from Dan Fast Racing starts at 13th with 8 points. Gus BR from Down Squad Racing starts on 5th place with 6 points. The Crazy Canuck for the A team starts 8th with 4 points. Bo Darville the Bandit for the race team starts 10th position with 2 points. John Samuel from MnM Diecast Racing starts 4th with 1 point. Those drivers with 0 points, Wesley Cole Williams and Igor Barron, will be looking to at least get some points. Miss Emily will gain 2 points for qualifying on pole position. Biff Kirby, the biggest story of today, qualified 16th, has a lot of work to do, make it to the front. And the drivers are ready, and they're set. The lead pack will lead the 18-car grid down the track. On pole position, we have Emily, Arlo, Wesley, John Samuel, Gus BR, and Snake. The fans are ready. We've been expecting this. The grand finals at the Grand Prix of South Dakota.
And again, we're just going to be following the lead lap. To see all the runs, watch the original video.
What a great win from Emily from Road Rage Racing. Looks like Wesley with a DNF. Looking at the replay, Arlo and Wesley fight it out. Arlo pushes Wesley off. John Samuel finishes him off. And that'll give an unfortunate DNF for Wesley. Wesley with a lot of work to do.
And it's Miss Emily in first, then Arlo, John Samuel, Gus BR, Snake, and Wesley with a DNF.
Able to finish and able to keep their spots on the second pack.
And for the second pack, it's Ava Lynn Payne in 6th, then Glenn Harding, Blake, Bo Darville, the Crazy Canuck, and Jimmy Tonto.
Coming in 3rd, Cole Williams in 4th.
And for the third pack, we got Motor Breath in 12th, Chief, Google's Pizzano, Cole Williams, and Biff Kirby in 16th. Igor Barron, another DNF.
Unfortunately for Igor. And the results after lap 1. Wesley falling down 14th spot. Crazy Canuck falling down 2. and John Samuel, Gus BR, Snake moving up 1 spot, Glenn Harding and Blake moving up 2 spots. Miss Emily with a great time of 9.980 holds the fastest lap so far. That'll be a good 1 bonus point. And here we go for lap number 2. Lead pack, Miss Emily and Arlo make the front row. John Samuel, Gus BR, Snake, and Evelyn Payne coming from the second pack on lap 1. And they're off. Even starts for both drivers. Miss Emily and John Samuel claiming first and second spot. Arlo and John Samuel fighting for the second position. And Arlo goes off the track. John Samuel pushes him off. And that will be an unfortunate wreck for Arlo and Evelyn Payne. What in the world happened to Evelyn Payne? On the 180, hits that same wall Crazy Canuck hit, and flies off the track. Unfortunate wrecks for Arlo and Evelyn Payne. That'll put them on the tail end of the field, trying to jump back onto the track.
And we got Miss Emily in first, John Samuel second, Snake in third, Gus BR in fourth, Arlo and Ava Lynn Payne, DNF.
And we have some wrecks in the back. And it looks like the Bandit and Motor Breath finish the race. And it looks like the Crazy Canuck has wrecked.
And in the second group, Blake moves up to fifth, Glenn Harding sixth, Bo Darville seventh, Motor Breath eighth, the Crazy Canuck and Jimmy Tonto DNF'd.
Chief holding off Cole Williams, and Chief will win it. And out of nowhere, Goggles Pisano comes and finishes in fourth. Biff Kirby crawling to the finish line.
And Group 3, Chief moves up to 9th, Cole Williams 10th, Wesley 11th, Googles Pisano 12th, Biff Kirby 13th, and Igor Barron, second DNF, he's going to be out.
Miss Emily again with her faster time of 10.046. Arlo, Evelyn Payne lose a lot of positions. Jimmy Tonto with a DNF. The cars with the red X determine that they have 1 wreck. If they have 2 X's, they are out of the race. Igor Barron with 2 DNFs in the last pack is out of the race. And we're back to lap 3 on the lead pack. Emily and John Samuel make up your front row. Snake, Gus BR, Blake, and Glenn Harding. And they're off. Close starts for all drivers. Miss Emily putting on some distance, and Blake loses a bit of speed. John Samuel takes over second position. Gus BR in third. What happened? Where's Snake? I wonder that's why. There's Snake. That's why Blake slowed down. I was wondering what happened. What in the world happened? We need a closer look. Snake just minding his own business. Gets pushed too hard by Blake, one of the heaviest cars in this tournament, and sends Blake off the track, and that will, or send Snake off the track, and that will hurt Snake's hopes for the championship. He has a lot of work to do if he needs to catch up.
Lap 3, it's Miss Emily still in first, John Samuel second, Gus BR third, Glenn Harding fourth, Blake fifth, and Snake, unfortunately, DNFs.
Cole Williams gets a little loose, slows down Goggles Pisano, and all the drivers make it.
Group 2, Bo Darville the Bandit moves up to 6th, Chief 7th, Wesley, Motor Breath, Cole Williams, and Goggles Pisano in 11th.
To the finish line, Biff Kirby trying to catch up, and Evelyn Payne.
Group 3, it's Jimmy Tonto 12th, Ava Lynn Payne 13th, Biff Kirby 14th, the Crazy Canuck 15th, and Arlo 16th.
And that will be hurtful for Arlo. And your points again, Miss Emily with a great point. A great lap time of 10.111. Snake losing 14 positions. He has a lot of work to do if he needs to catch up. The Crazy Canuck making a very good pass to gain 2 positions. And we're back for lap 4. Miss Emily, John Samuel in your front row. Gus BR, Glenn Harding, Blake, and the Bandit joins the lead pack. And they're off. John Samuel with a better start than Emily, but Emily through the crossover gains the lead back. Going through the 180 curve. and John Samuel battling it out with Gus BR. Blake taking advantage of the open lane. Blake takes pass and will get third position away from Gus. And Gus will finish third position.
Lap 4, it's still Miss Emily in first, John Samuel in second, Blake third, Gus BR fourth, Glenn Harding fifth, and Bo Darville the Bandit sixth.
And Wesley wins lap 4 on the second group, and Goggles Pisano crosses to the finish line.
Group 2, Wesley's in 7th, then Chief, Motor Breath, Goggles Pisano in 10th, Cole Williams and Jimmy Tonto, DNF.
And with that, Evelyn Payne will win lap 4.
And Group 3, Ava Lynn Payne and the Crazy Canuck move up to 11th and 12th, Snakes in 13th, Arlo 14th, Fifth Kirby 15th.
Cole Williams and Jimmy Tonto losing 6 and 5 spots. The biggest mover, Snake from Snow Valley Racers, gains 4 positions, and the Crazy Canuck gaining 3. Miss Emily with the fastest time of 10.046. Still holds that bonus point. And here we go for the final laps. Miss Emily and John Samuel make the front row. Blake, Gus BR, Glenn Harding, and the Bandit. The final lap. Who will take first place? Will it be Miss Emily? Miss Emily with a great lead. Blake passing John Samuel in the open track. They're off to the finishes. Miss Emily wins it. Make it to the finish line. Wesley crosses the line first. Snake leaves it open for Arlo. They're fighting to the finish line. And it's Arlo. Arlo and Snake battling it out to the finish line.
Miss Emily wins. Blake in second, John Samuel third. Then we got Glenn Harding, Gus BR, Bo Darville Bandit, Wesley, Motor Breath, Chief, Goggles Pisano, and just out of the points, the Crazy Canuck, Arlo, Snake, Biff Kirby, Jimmy Tonto, Cole Williams, Ava Lynn Payne, and Igor Barron has got a DNF.
Glenn Harding tries to make a pass for third place, comes in fourth. Looking at this replay, Blake able to take advantage of the faster and heavier car, passing up John Samuel. And Glenn Harding and John Samuel battling it out in the open track. Coming to the finish line. John Samuel gets loose. They both get a little bit loose. And that allows Arlo to make it out to the finish. And Arlo and Snake, what a good battle to the finish. Rubbing wheels and rubbing paint. Arlo with the great win on the final lap. And these are your lap 5 results. Miss Emily gains the fastest time. And your standings are: Miss Emily wins with 28 points, 3 points bonus for the pole position and the fastest lap. Blake from Underdogs Unleashed with 18 points. John Samuel from MnM Diecast Racing with 15 points. Glenn Harding from We Race Diecast with 12 points. Gus BR from Down Squad Racing with 10 points. Bo Darville Bandit from the race team with 8 points. Wesley from Peanut Butter Peak Racing with 6 points. Motor Breath, Damn Fast Racing with 4 points. Chief from Koi 3 Motorsports gains 2 points. Goggles Pisano with Variant Stunt Works gains 1 point. The Crazy Canuck, Arlo, Snake, Biff Kirby, Jimmy Tonto, Cole Williams, Evelyn Payne, and Igor Barron do not receive points at the Grand Prix of South Dakota. And it is Emily winning the Formula One Special Season 1 with 50 points. Biff Kirby from Commotion Diecast with 41 points. Glenn Harding from We Race Diecast with 37 points. That'll be your top 3 drivers of the Formula One Special on the 2021 season. And this is Miss Emily from Road Rage Racing doing her victory lap. Give it up for Miss Emily from Road Rage Racing. Congratulations for a hard-fought battle on all 3 tracks. At Schrader Speedway, Snow Valley East, and at Black Hill Speedway. Congratulations. And also congratulations to Biff Kirby from Commotion Diecast finishing in 2nd place. And Glenn Harding from We Race Diecast finishing in 3rd. But today's day is for Miss Emily winning the Formula One Special 2021 season. Congratulations to the Road Rage Racing team. And again, thank you for joining us on this awesome event. We will see you guys very soon.
The Formula Diecast Racing League. As part of the Formula Special, I sponsored the Carroll Shelby Memorial Race at MnM Diecast Racing Track. Drivers of the Formula Special got to choose their ride with one of these awesome GT40s. This is the final, the top 4 cars racing for the winner. Catch the whole series at MnM Diecast Racing. Links to the playlist and the other Diecast Racing channels are included in the comments below.
Welcome to the Black Hill Speedway. This is the grand final of the Carroll Shelby Memorial Race.
Go!
We first want to thank our sponsors for this event: Glenn Harding's Car Creations, Snow Valley East Diecast Racing, Marcus Fargon, Homeflow, and Merch by Meekin. Get your diecast metal signs today. In the red car, we have Snake from Snow Valley East. In the blue car, we have Arlo from Arlo Racing, and John Samuel in the yellow 4GT, and Gus BR in the green. And Arlo with a quick and early lead. Snake full in front gets the lead on the open track and will win race number 1. Snake and Gus BR duking it out to the finish for the second place, and John Samuel coming in fourth. What a good battle it was between Snake and Arlo. And at the end, Arlo and Gus BR fighting it out for that much needed 3 points. But Snake in first place. Now we have Arlo and Gus BR. Gus BR driving for Down Squad Racing. And Arlo with a great lead. Snake right behind him. And Gus BR, what a maneuver from Arlo. How did he keep it on his wheels? Gus BR with some bad luck there. Losing control and hitting the billboard. Snake gained much needed ground. Arlo gets on his 2 wheels, slides on his side, and keeps his car from wrecking. What a stunt. Incredible save from Arlo. And Snake, nothing he could do to pass Arlo. And Arlo will win race number 2. Snake and Arlo tied with 8 points. John Samuel from MnM Diecast Racing with 3 points. And Gus BR with 2. John Samuel moves to the front row with Gus BR. into the open track. Gus BR with a good lead, and Arlo with a great pass coming in second with the much needed 2 points, or 3 points I should say. And Snake and John Samuel, what happened to them? Into the open track they're going. John Samuel trying to pass up Arlo, gets loose. Snake tries to make a pass on John Samuel, and John Samuel closes the door and unfortunately gives both drivers a DNF. Now Arlo with the lead with 11 points. Snake in second with 8 points. Snake is in the front row. Needs to win this race to keep his hopes alive. And Arlo right behind Snake into the 180. Snake with a good lead. John Samuel in second place. They're trading paint. And Snake wins it. Arlo coming in third. What a race. And for the replay on the last group, we have John Samuel with a good lead, but Snake taking control on the 180. And very close racing there to the finish line. And Snake will win race number 4. And Arlo and Snake are tied with 13 points. We're going to have a race-off between these two drivers. And the way we determine who gets the inside lane, we will see who can make the best time on the inside lane. And here we go. Arlo from Arlo Racing in this beautiful GT40. We'll see what kind of time he can post. Currently the track record is at 9.6. Keeping it clean, no mistakes. Arlo, what's his time? What's a 10.654? Now here we go for Snake from Snow Valley East. And he beat a 10.654. Crossing the finish line. And it is a 10.685. Arlo with the inside lane advantage. Must win race number 1. And here we go for race number 1. Arlo on the inside, Snake on the outside. An even start for both drivers. Arlo giving a commanding lead into the open track. Crossing the finish line. Arlo with the win with a good time of 10.525. Snake will have to beat that time if he is to get the inside lane for the third race. And if Arlo wins it, it is over. Arlo will be your crowned champion of the Carroll Shelby Memorial Race. And they're off. Arlo with a good lead, but Snake making a battle into the open track. Arlo wins it. Arlo is your champion with a good time. And Arlo from Arlo Racing is your champion. Congratulations. This was a great race. And Arlo, your champion, folks. Thank you for joining us on this great day of Diecast Racing. We will see you next time at the Black Hill Speedway.